All right, my husband and I are going to dinner. Our babysitter will be here in 3 minutes. I'm never ready early, especially 3 whole minutes early. So I'm going to make a quick video to tell you about my prediction of what I thought was going to happen in The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han, which I finished listening to as an audiobook this morning. But there was a major storyline from like chapter 1 that I was 100% sure was going to happen. And the whole book I felt was like leading up to it, leading up to it, leading up to it. And then at the end, I could not have been more wrong. But I think that my storyline would have been pretty interesting, actually. So I'm about to say some major spoilers. If you haven't read the book, if you haven't watched the miniseries on Amazon Prime, do not watch this video because I'm about to ruin the whole thing for you. Okay, I thought, starting from the very beginning, up until the very, very, very end, that Belly's mom, Belly, which is the stupidest name for a main character, also Julia Whalen's book, Thank You for Listening, where the grandma's name was Blah. This goes with that. It's stupid. I thought that Belly's mom and her best friend, Susanna, were lesbians. Whole book. They spent all this time together going to art galleries, drinking wine, laying in the same bed under the covers, watching movies, all things that best friends can do. But it seemed that they just were always secretly whispering and being alone and never being with anybody else. I took it that baby Belly's family came up to the lake house every summer because Belly's parents are divorced. And I took it that they said that Susanna's husband never came up there except for a weekend every summer, that maybe he knew what was going on. And this was her special weekend with her lesbian lover. And they had their special time together every year for the weekend. And that he knew what was going on. And then that's why they were getting a divorce, because in the middle of the book, it says, well, towards the end of the book, it says that, my husband is texting me about the babysitter. It says that they're getting a divorce. So I thought maybe that was why they were getting a divorce, because he couldn't handle it anymore. And they kept saying how bitter he was when he would call, and he was not very present. And I just really thought that the two of them were lesbians. And I thought that was going to come out. Now, Susanna is dying of cancer, and the two of them did not go to all of those things together. They were going to doctor appointments. They are best friends, beautiful best friends. I could not have been more wrong, but I really was convinced that they were lesbians. Now, if they were lesbians, let's dissect that, because then Belly, her relationship with the sons would have been very interesting. What would that mean? If their moms were in love, and then they were in love, and then when Susanna got divorced, there could have been a whole storyline there. Would they ever get married, the moms? Would they continue this relationship? Would it end? What would that mean for Belly? I hate that name. And the two brothers, I thought maybe that was why maybe Belly's brother, Stephen, figured it all out. He was left, and he was bitter about it, just because of all the secrets that the moms had been keeping. So I was convinced the whole book, every time they would at one point, somebody, they were playing a game with the friend, Taylor, the friend, and Taylor, someone said don't be gay. And Taylor's you shouldn't say that. That's not nice. And I was the author is leading up to the brothers saying it in kind of a not nice way, but then they're going to find out that his mom is. And I really felt the more they were talking about the secret relationship and just that they were always together and they had nicknames for each other. Again, all things that best friends do, but I just got a vibe from this, and I could not have been more wrong. And then when I was done reading, I really was convinced that this was going to happen. I went on Goodreads thinking that everybody else also thought this was going to happen. I think I'm the only one. Nobody else thought that. Everybody else thought they had just this beautiful friendship, and I thought they were lovers. So couldn't have been more wrong. And I think that my way would have made the book a little bit more interesting. And well, this is a spoiler for book 2, so I'm not going to say it because I Googled to see. I don't want to read book 2 or book 3, but I did Google to read about what happened. So I'm not going to say that right now because maybe you haven't read book 2 or book 3, and I don't want to spoil anything. But I think that my storyline would have been a better storyline than the one that it was, because we knew Susanna was sick. We knew that the whole book. We knew that from chapter 1, when Belly's family pulled up and Susanna was like taking a nap, I was like, I bet she's sick. And I thought that was going to be like this big reveal, but it wasn't, because they knew that she was sick. They didn't know the cancer had like come back and that she was dying. I thought she was just having some fun with her lesbian lover. That's not at all what happened. Couldn't have been more wrong.